Okay, so today we're going to talk about chemical reactions and waste disposal. When you're in lab, you're going to be doing chemical reactions, and since that you're going to take reactants and react them with reagents to create products. So your reactants are also called starting materials, and they'll be in the solid, liquid, or gas phase. And after you do the reaction, you'll get your products, which are also going to be in a solid, liquid, or gas phase. So when we do an experiment, there's going to be certain steps in the reactions that generate waste. So we do the reaction, we set it up. After we complete the reaction and get our products, we have to work them up and purify them to get pure products. And at each step in this process during the reactions, we're going to generate waste, and you're going to need to know what waste each step of the process will go into so that it can be disposed of properly.
So for our environmental and health safety, it is important that we know to recognize and classify how to properly dispose of chemical reaction waste. So some of the main waste that you'll generate is organic, aqueous, and solid. So for organic waste, this can be solid, liquid, or gas. Some examples of this are benzoic acid, aniline, acetone, ethanol, diethyl ether, acetic acid, acetic anhydride, other organic compounds, and their byproducts. So when you're disposing of organic waste, what you need to do is dissolve and rinse with acetone or any other appropriate organic solvent, and then you'll dispose of it into the organic waste container. For aqueous waste, this is any water-soluble solid, liquid, or gas. Some examples is sodium chloride, other water-soluble salts, acids, bases, and sugars such as hydrochloric acid, potassium hydroxide, and sugars such as glucose, fructose, sucrose, and galactose, which are actually organic compounds, but they are water-soluble, making them aqueous waste. So when you're disposing of aqueous waste, you need to dissolve it in water and pour it into the aqueous waste container, and then you'll rinse with water again. And then our last section for your common waste is solid waste, such as sand, silica gel, boiling stones, and filter papers, and those you'll just place into the solid waste container.
Okay, some other wastes you may encounter while you're in lab include broken glass waste. So anytime glass gets broken in the lab, you'll throw it in the broken glass box. So other things that go in the broken glass waste are melt point capillary tubes, which are little glass tubes you use to do a melt point analysis, or little glass pipettes like this that are disposable, one-time use, and you'll throw them in the broken glass box. Another type of waste is a sharp needle container. So examples would be a syringe you're going to use during gas chromatography, goes in sharps, or any other sharp needles will go in there. We have biohazardous waste that any sort of biological waste will go into, like blood or things like that. Then we've got battery, cell phone, inkjet cartridge, and recycling waste. These wastes can mostly be found in your chemical stock room, and you'll throw these objects into their respective waste containers over there, and they can be recycled or reused or disposed of properly. And then finally, we have general waste, which gloves and paper towels go into, and then when we clean grease off of some glassware or paper towels, you can just throw it right into the general waste as well. What are you working on?
I'm doing my first experiment, which is a recrystallization of benzoic acid, and I got my nice crystals here and here. My experiment is over. Maybe I have to weigh my compound and then, okay, it's done.
No, absolutely no waste goes down the sink.
Oh, this is water, aqueous waste only.
No waste goes down the sink, only soap and water.
Only soap
Let
and
me
water?
show you where to properly dispose of those.
Okay, yes,
Come
please.
down this way. What's remaining from your vacuum filtration is going to go into the aqueous waste bin, which is right here.
So this will go in aqueous waste.
Yes. Perfect.
And
For
then
your
this will be-
crystals, you need to dissolve those in acetone, and then you'll dump those into the organic waste bin.
Thank you.
So when you finish an experiment and you need to dispose of the waste, you need to know where it goes. So you need to know what is in each container at each time during your experiment. So for example, right here we've got some water-soluble waste, which is sodium sulfate. That is in the container, so that'll go in the aqueous waste when you mix it with water. And then we've got some solid waste right here. So this is a filter paper and this is a Chem wipe. Right here we've got aqueous waste, which is something dissolved in water, so that'll just go straight in the aqueous waste. And then we've got an organic waste product right here, which will go in the organic waste, and this paper would go in the solid waste. So it's very important to know what's in each of your containers at what time so you know how to dispose of them properly.
So now we're going to show you where all your waste disposal bins can be found. They'll usually be under your fume hoods, which you can see is this apparatus right here. And for your organic waste bin, you'll find the one that's labeled organic waste, which is right here, and that's where all your organic waste will go. You can use the funnel and the strainer together when you're pouring out waste that contains solids you need to catch, like boiling stones. And you'll just put it in here and pour it directly through the strainer. And then whenever you're leaving lab, your IA will be sure to close your waste bin, and it remains closed when it's not in use. And then in the middle here, you'll have solid waste, which you can see right here. You'll have a bin like this, and you can see the inside is just filled with solid waste, such as silica gel plates, contaminated whey boats, and things like that. And then in the middle here, you have your aqueous waste, which is the same thing. You'll open and close it. Open when it's in use. If you need to catch anything, you'll use the funnel and the strainer, just like the other bin. And then when you're done with it, when it's not in use, you'll just close it right back up. And then some other waste we have can also be found in a fume hood. And this includes our biohazard waste container, and that's where all the biological hazards go, such as your blood. And then you have your sharps container, and you can see that it's labeled sharps, and you can see the inside of it has things such as syringes and sharp needles. And then you also have your broken glass container over here, and that's where you'll dispose of all glass, especially broken glass. And then lastly, we have our general waste containers, which can be seen here, aka trash cans.
So we have a similar setup in our OChem 2 lab. So as you can see here, this is our OChem 2 fume hood, and it's labeled in two places. So the organic waste is right here. Right next to it is the solid waste, which you can see right back there. Right in front of the solid waste, we have a few of our cleaning solvents. So we've got acetone and hexane. You know it's acetone because it has a red cap, and hexane has a yellow cap, and you can also read the bottle sometimes and it'll have the name on it. Right past here we have our aqueous waste, which is again labeled in two positions, and it'll be right back here where you can throw your aqueous waste. Other than this, we still have our broken glass box right here, and then our general trash can as well.
So now you can see from this lecture and in our video, you will be able to classify your waste like organic waste, aqueous waste, solid waste, and other different type of waste, and then you can properly dispose so that you can run your lab and for your safety and everybody else safety. And so always recognize your waste and properly dispose. Don't throw your waste anywhere, everywhere. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your lab.